So occasionally here at the Grumpy Farmstead, we do get something to look nice. After a lot of cleaning and a couple coats of paint, valve cover looks good. So, thanks for tuning in. Sorry the shop's a mess. I have been extremely busy at work, but I would like to get this valve cover back on the top of this head so that it is clean or sealed up before it gets any colder. So, thank you guys for tuning in. I'll show you where I'm at here. I just have that setting on there. But I hope to get that buttoned up and down in there today. So before I drop these things down the engine, let's just take that off and set it over on the toolbox. And that one also. Okay, let's go. So I have this down back into the hole here. We've given our rocker arms, we've had these resurfaced and checked, and we are good to go. So if we can just find the spot they like. Ooh, what is wrong there? There we go. And as my son would say, jokingly, "Dad, why do you use your old sockets?" Well, I don't know about the rest of you, but Thornton always made a pretty good socket and ratchet as far as I was concerned. But, you know, youngins. Oh, boy. I am hoping like crazy that... Ooh, whoops, too much. There we go. Come on, slide back underneath there. Got ahead of myself. There. There we go. Okay. So I am hoping like crazy to hear this thing run before the snow flies, but I don't really think that's going to happen because technically here in Illinois, we did have some snow flurries. Granted, they lasted all of about 15 minutes, but we did get a little bit of snow, so I missed that goal. Big fail on my part, right? But I do believe we can hear this thing run if I just get a couple of days to work on it. Okay, snug that down. All right. Good. Okay. So as we can see here, I went through, made sure all of my push rods were in. We've got all of our base mounts for the rocker shafts in there. We have our lock washers in place. And I just have this snugged down for right now. All right, I like the way that feels. That should allow for me to go ahead and seal up the top of this engine. Hold on just a second, guys. I gotta grab some washers. I did not plan ahead accordingly. Oh. All right, that ought to work. All right, so we got that done. I am going to have this valve cover off a couple of times, retorquing the head, resetting the valves and everything. I'm not setting the valves tonight, although There we go. Okay. All right, so I went through and I took the pressure off of all my springs since I'm not going to do this. I'm not setting the valves tonight. I'm just sealing this up because I'm going to be gone doing a little bit of traveling, and I would like this to be semi-sealed up. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? We're going to give it a coat of oil before I go too crazy. There we go. Take a little bit of my bull snot, spray it across the top of my head, keep everything from rusting while I'm busy. Set that down on there. Oh, dammers. I just realized something. I have to get that brass fitting. And now, the best part of it is when you get to set something on that looks pretty cool, and it totally does not fit the rest of the tractor because I didn't have time to do painting. Tuck in our gasket. Tuck in the gasket. All right. I do not have any clear coat on that valve cover, so it can take another coat of paint when it needs to, because I have decided that I'm going to put a nice coat of working paint on this tractor. And keep it around here a little while. And if the whole thing ends up looking like that valve cover, I will be ecstatic. Just tight enough not to go anywhere. There we go. Okay. So, top end is sealed up. That is as far as I'm going to get for tonight, guys. Thank you for turning in. My goal here, when I get a little bit of time, is to get the rest of this side of the engine put together, and then we will move over to the other side. So, thank you all for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed this resurrection of a Super H that probably should have been parts. Enjoy your evening.